Good evening. My name is Sayed Khalid, and today we guys belong from the team uh, Group 4 and representing the team Sayed Khalid. We guys are from Northumbria University Central London campus, and today we're going to talk about a presentation case study on startup in Amsterdam from the module Business Consultancy Project Group 4, and our tutor name is Gordon Bowen. These are our student IDs mentioned over here, and then followed up by the startup. Yeah, followed up by the startup. Today I'm going to talk about Amsterdam. And Amsterdam is a part of business cluster known as Radcliffe Randstad, which also includes the Utrecht and Hague and the Rotterdam, and is the Europe third biggest region by the productivity. And it's unsurprising that Amsterdam startup is thriving these days, and it's on a boom. And when followed by the investors from around the world is looking to invest in Amsterdam. And at the moment, Amsterdam is around having investors around $230 billion. And I would like to say more about Amsterdam across the industry. Amsterdam for a startup, the foreign investors are moving towards Amsterdam to come to the and develop their products, access talent, and expand in the European market. Uh, Amsterdam is good for startup as it has a long history of successful business hub and leading center of trade. So there is an established infrastructure and progressive thinkers, startup investors, and accelerators and networks to provide co-working spaces. So today, this assignment will be leading with the following summary. It focuses on startup Amsterdam, and then followed by positive impact and economy and the medium risk levels. If there is a startup bleeding in Amsterdam, and the uses of marketplaces modules. So I'll move to the next slide, and the background it talks about support. It's gonna support many project campaigns and events, which is gonna be taking place in the startup of a business and leading to a successful organization. And it's going to focus on sustainability and the diverse ecosystem, which will be helpful for the organization to make a better scope and to reduce its problems in the future, and helps the new startup to get media exposure. This is nothing but a marketing startup thing. So next, I'm going to talk about my first task, which is nothing but F pestle analysis. Analysis is nothing but it's combined with some of the factors which says that is it good for any company to start organization in a particular country. So better, every country has to go with this analysis where to decide that whether they're gonna lead this company, starting this company in a country is a good idea or a bad idea. So basically, it consists of six of the factors. The first one is political factors, the second one is economical factors, and then the social factors, the technological factors, and environmental factors, and legal factors. Has been done a study over this. We have been come to a point that political factors it includes three positive factors. It has three positive impacts on the organization. The first one is European Union. It comes this country, particular country, comes in a European Union, and then it has favorable regulations of starting new businesses, and then followed by support major exporters of different types of goods. These are the three positive factors on political thing. Then followed by the economical factors. It's got two positive factors and one negative factor. The first one is high income rate of 25.8%, and the second one is the economy is more liquid. And then followed by the negative factor is like they got unskilled workers because you can't find the skilled workers in it. And the third are social factors, and it got three of the negative factors in it. It's got no positive thing. So high rate of immigration services and liberal Dutch society, issues with immigrants, and then followed by the technological factors. You got four positive factors in it, and it is the technological innovations index. It's like 58.6 points by the year 2022, and then followed by high usage of social media among the people, and like modern telecommunication infrastructure. It's got a good telecommunication infrastructure things, and then leading by excellent infrastructure for the growth of the business. And then followed by the environmental factors. We've got two negative factors and just one single positive factor. So I'll go with the positive factor first. It have almost 14% of usage renewable energy it has used in the year 2019, and followed by the negative factors is there's a couple of negative factors. The first one is prone flood risk in the country and like extreme changes in the weather cycle. And coming to the last, I got legal factors on here. It's like it got one negative and the other one is positive. So the positive factor is like it allows foreign startup to start in the country, and the negative factor is this country is has adopted liberal regulations in this country, Netherlands. So thank you so much, guys. From here, my friend Paul is gonna take up. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you, Khalid. My name is Adelu Portaiwo. I want to talk about the four different things about the startup Amsterdam. So I'm talking about the Porter Five Forces. I'm talking about the strategic capability of startup Amsterdam and the SWOT analysis, and also I'm talking about the VRIO. The first thing I want us to understand is before we can go in depth of this startup Amsterdam, we must know the Porter Five Forces. What is Porter Five Forces? We must know the meaning of Porter Five Forces. So Porter Five Forces is a method of analyzing the operating environment of a business. It draws from industrial organizational economics to derive five forces that determine the competitive intensify and therefore the attractiveness of an industry in terms of its profitability. So this Porter Five Forces has advantages and disadvantages. But basically, I want to talk about the advantages. So first, Five Forces analysis helps organizations to understand the factors affecting their profitability in a specific industry and can also help them to inform decision relating to whether to enter a specific industry, whether to enter a specific place, or to increase capacity in a specific industry as developing capacity strategy. So out of the five things we outline here, we have the bargaining power of supplier, we have the bargaining power of buyer, the competitive rivalry and threat of substitution and threat of new entry. So let me just talk about the bargaining power of supplier. We have the negotiation price for domestic and international startup. We have the low acceptance rate, which are medium, and the bargaining power of buyer. The factors involved is young enterprise switch to another startup, accelerator complaint, stakeholder rates increase, low tolerance startup, which are medium. So what about the high aspect, the competitive rivalry? We have the startup boot camp, the monocrabs, which are high, and the threat of substitution also, which is medium, and threats of new entry, which is low. Please to next slide, please. Next slide, please. Yeah, and also we have the strategic capability of startup Amsterdam, which you have the theoretical and practical training. We also have the mobilize is tremendous possibility, which we can find in amsterdam.com 2022. Also, we have the community building and intersecting between startups and mentor. The next slide, please. Next slide, please.
Sorry.
Yeah, please. On the next slide, we have the SWOT analysis, which we have the strength, the weakness, the opportunity, and the threat. So talking about the strength, we have the excellent infrastructure, the better digital transformation system, and the weakness, we have the increasing competitive, we have the diversification of potential clients, and the opportunity, we have the access to high amount of physical resources. I will have tried to explain this in one after the other, but because of the time, I can't explain it one after the other. But I have everything, the details on my slide. Also, we have the threats, we have the legal threats from the stakeholders, the rising cost of advanced technology, and also we must try to understand something about SWOT. SWOT analysis is a framework of to identifying and analysis and organization strength, weakness, opportunity, and strength. This will make up the SWOT acronym. The primary goal of analysis is to increase awareness of the factors that go into that are going to making a business decision or a stabilizing strategy. The next slide, please. Next slide, please. Yeah. So the next one is the VRIO analysis of startup Amsterdam, which the V stand from valuable, the R stand for rare, the I stand for intimidable, and the O stand for organized. We are under the competency. We have the customer experience. The valuable is yes. The rare is yes. The immutable is yes. The organized is yes. And the advantage is potential for customer experience. And under the competency also, we have the brand image and the market position. And for the market position, we have the valuable is yes, the valuable is okay is yes, the real is okay is yes, the valuable is okay is yes, the organized is okay and it's yes, and the advantage is sustained competitive advantage. So I pass the remaining slide to Zainab.
Hello, my name is Zainab. Now I'm going to tell about current strategy of Startup Amsterdam. Uh, Startup Amsterdam recently spotlights on the new founders and also focuses on digitalizing small medium enterprises. It holds the company's incubator in October 2021. It also focuses on female entrepreneurship. It supports to gender inclusive tech workforce. Next, recommendations. The company needs to focus on the employees and the internal system in order to improve its business expansion. It also supports new initiatives to adapt and implement new technologies. Next slide, please. Necessities of a successful startup: a strong idea, cost effectiveness, a sensible and detailed business plan, good growth strategy. All the just need to be accurate timing and that makes possibilities in the unexpected challenges. Characteristics of a successful startup: a successful startup has an excellent market acquisition regionally and even internationally. Strong planning to run the business as well as the employees. Intellectual properties plays a vital role in the planning of a successful startup. Capital efficiency: a successful startup has a strong relationship with the stakeholders and also with the customers. Now I pass the next slide to Kavya.
Thank you, Saina. I'm Kavya Vikraman, and I am dealing with the competitors of Startup Amsterdam. And Techstars, Venture Catalyst, Startup Bootcamp, and Melbourne Accelerator Program are the competitors of Startup Amsterdam. The first one, which was established in the year 2006, and which was now expanded to over 15 countries. And the second, the Venture Catalyst, which was established in the year 2016, and it also provides financial coaching to new startups. And the third one, which was established in the year 2010. And the last, the Melbourne Accelerator Program, which is actually a startup accelerator company, which was founded in 2012, and it is located in Melbourne, Australia. And now this is the local competitors of NPM Capital NB, of Startup Amsterdam, and they are NPM Capital NB, Crowdfunding, Salamander Investment Network, and Omniplan. Actually, there are many startup escalator companies in Amsterdam. Next slide, please. Here is the competitors analysis table of Startup Amsterdam, which helps in understanding the impact of competitor based on NPM capital and generation of fund using crowdfundings despite having competition. And here we can see the strategy, successful startup hub, competitive advantage, sustainable strategy, and recommendations of NPM capital, NV, and crowdfunding. Next slide, please. And here is the conclusion of our study. And from this, we can determine the needs and the determinants important for a startup in Netherlands, and importance of detailed plan for the growth of a startup. There is always have a strong idea and a detailed plan, which is always crucial. And we should always have a knowledge of the marketplace and intellectual property to attain advantage over the marketplace. And insight to competitors strategy, which always used for better business progress and development using effective fundraising. Next slide, please. And these are all the information and sources regarding the study that I mentioned here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. Without you, this presentation I wouldn't be complete.